Susan Tomasich. Today I'm here with two of my fellow Calaveras Senior Provider Network members. We have Elizabeth Thompson from Common Ground Senior Services and Amy Biaggi from Comfort Keepers.
Okay. Thank you.
So today we're going to talk about the services that we all offer with our individual organizations, and we're going to start with Elizabeth.
Okay, so I'm Elizabeth Thompson. I'm the Executive Director for Common Ground Senior Services, and we've been in operation since 2020 when we incorporated. So I've been the Executive Director for all these years, 21. We didn't get to celebrate our 20-year anniversary before COVID, so look forward to a fun party when we can all get together and we can plan to have our 20-year anniversary party plus 1 or 2 years after that. So anyway, as you know, Common Ground Senior Services operates in Amador, Calaveras, and recently in Tuolumne County. So we do the Meals on Wheels program. We contract with Area 12 Agency on Aging for these programs. So Meals on Wheels is housed out of the Sutter Creek office, across the street from the bowling alley on 80 Ridge Road. And then our transportation program is here at 423 St. Charles, which is this building, the old CCDW building here in San Andreas. So those are our 2 big programs that we're working on right now. And so in Amador County and in Calaveras County with the Meals on Wheels program, you know, COVID has definitely changed all our lives, like it has been. So it's impacted our programs where we have a huge increase in the last 2 years for our services, you know, with the stay-home order, with all the fear that's out there. Our seniors really needed the service, and we were very proud to be able to continue doing it even today. So with we've increased about 21% in both counties, a total 21% of increase in client population asking for Meals on Wheels program. So currently in Amador County, we are serving about 136 clients, which equates to about 25,000 meals for this fiscal year. In Calaveras County, we're serving 255 clients presently, and for a total of 46,000 meals for this fiscal year. So we've been really, really busy, and we're just really happy that we are able to do it, because it's been very difficult, as you know, with drivers laid off and all that kind of stuff, and all the protocols for COVID, but we're doing it, and we're happy to that we're still doing it as well. So the other program we have is Silver Streak Transport, and Silver Streak Transport is our transportation program in Amador, Calaveras, and in the last 2 years over in Tuolumne County. Amador County, we have currently about 57 clients using our services, and we're probably end the year with about 1,300 trips, one-way trips, 1,300. In Calaveras, we have about 100 clients, and we have about 2,100 trips that we'll end the year with. And in Tuolumne is 83 clients, and we have about 2,700 trips that we will do in Tuolumne County. In addition, you both heard of MotiveCare and AssistCare. So MotiveCare is a Medi-Cal provider for transportation, and I believe in the back of the Medi-Cal card there's a telephone number that if you call that phone number, they would connect you to the insurance. Medi-Cal insurance will connect you to the provider, whether it's MotiveCare and or AssistCare, to get them enrolled. And then when you call them, then they'll get you enrolled, and then they contract with us to provide transportation, no charge to the clients, only for Medi-Cal clients right now. I'm hoping down the line with Medicare, because there's so many people in that gap that is not being served or doesn't have the medical component or the MotiveCare component in it. I'm hoping that maybe that would go up a little bit more, so that some of our Medicare clients that are just in that, just above the Medi-Cal line would be able to get services. So I think things are changing. So I think, you know, there is some talk about that. I'm not quite sure, but we're hoping for it anyway. So for the whole year, we expect to probably do about 7,600 trips within all 3 counties, including Motive Care. Motive Care and Access to Care are also, we do contract with them for seniors. We take the senior population first because that's what our mission is for seniors. However, Medi-Cal Motive Care clients can be under that age group, and we will take them if we can. We are finding that most of the Medi-Cal clients anyway are seniors, 60 and older, so we are definitely serving that population. Okay, so that's that one. And then, again, please look at your Medi-Cal card, and in the back of it is the telephone number for transportation. We're not the only providers for Motive Care or Access to Care. There are other ones around here, so if you just make, if you just call them, then they will contact whoever is providing that services here. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can always call us and we'll give you more information about Motive Care. So that would be great. We continue to do health and wellness transportation, and including prescription pickup. We'll pick you up, take you to get your prescription, then bring you back home. Immunization with COVID number 3 shots and everything else. We're still getting requests for that, and now flu shots and all the other shots that seniors are requiring. I can't remember the other ones that are there. There's so many, but anyway.
Shingles, pneumonia.
Shingles, pneumonia, exactly. So all those shots, people are realizing that we will take them through their appointments to that. So we've been getting more phone calls, not just for COVID shots, but other immunization requests. And we've been getting calls also for tax appointments, but at this point in time, we're not going to be taking people, unfortunately, to their tax appointments. But if you have a document that just needs to be taken over to a tax place, then we will do that for you when we go around, when we're heading somewhere else, we're passing it by, no problem, just give us a call. I think that's it for those 2 programs. We recently submitted a grant with 5310 Caltrans grant for the next 2 years for 2 new handicap vehicles, in addition to operating funds. I think the operating funds between 5310 and Motive Care and Area 12, as you know, the cost of gasoline and everything else is so high, we're able to continue this service without having any boundaries quite yet to not go to. A lot of requests for out-of-county, because I think we're probably the only one that does out-of-county transports in all 3 counties. So we're hoping to continue that, and this grant will help us do that. And then lastly, in addition, we are submitting next week requests for proposals to Area 12 Agency on Aging for the 2026 cycle for the Meals on Wheels program, transportation program. And we're going to be applying for another program, but I won't say what that is until we get awarded that program. So when we get awarded that program, there we go.
We'll have good news in the future.
We'll have good news in the future, I hope. So we're growing, and our population is very limited to seniors at this point in time, but as we know, we have a huge senior population in all 3 counties, so we're just really fortunate, really blessed, and really happy to be service providers for our senior population in these 3 counties.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so thank you. That's my
Great.
presentation.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If I want to go to a doctor's appointment, how do I contact you? What's your phone number?
Okay, so the phone number is 209-496-2246. Extension number 101 is our dispatcher. It's really easy. We have a 1-page intake sheet that the dispatcher will fill out, and then we'll get you on our calendar for routing. We do ask, if possible, and I know it's not always possible, for at least a week to 2 weeks would be better, but a week notice for these transports, because we do fill up quite a bit. So if you're going to call the next day, unless there's a huge cancellation that day, we won't be able to take you. But if we can, we will. So definitely call, but keep in mind that a week transportation notice will probably be more beneficial for you as well as us in planning. So, yeah.
And is there an income requirement? Can I make too much money to be able to call you, or how does that work?
No, there's no income requirements, and all our programs are on a donation base. So our clients, both in Meals on Wheels and transportation, would get a welcome packet when they first sign up, and they would be told how the program operates and how they can make their donation, what the suggested donation is. Again, it's a suggested donation. No one will be denied a ride or a meal because they don't make a donation. Everything is anonymous as far as the donation as well. We do send out envelopes with the driver, and we send out envelopes twice a month with the Meals on Wheels as a reminder to send in their donation, but no income requirements. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So then, instead of handing it to the driver, I put the envelope in the mail, and that way the driver never knows if I ever put that envelope in the mail or not.
Right. A lot of times our driver really, they just give it back to him. It's sealed in the envelope, and then the drivers bring the donations back. So that's another way we're doing it instead of the mailing, going to the post office, getting stamps, which is pretty costly right now too. So they can definitely just hand it to the driver, and then the driver sends it to us, and then we reconcile which county we received the donation in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, Meals on Wheels, is that just Amador and Calaveras, or are you also doing Tuolumne?
Just Amador and Calaveras right
Okay.
now. Right.
Okay.
And it's frozen meals. It's not hot meals. It's frozen meals. We have, I think, 6 routes in Amador County, and we have 8 routes in Calaveras County. Because you can just see the numbers, 24,000 meals and 46,000 meals. We need more routes over here. So they get 5, they get a box, and inside of it is 5 entrees, milk, fruit, and juice that they are supplied. So one day a week we, depending on what area, we go out and deliver. And it seems to be working really, really well. If they can't, I'm not going to be home for their delivery, then they can make other arrangements to either, when they're out with their doctor's appointment, come in and pick up the meals, or we can just do another time, because we do see that a lot of our seniors do need these meals. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So could you coordinate when the Resource Connection starts doing their produce days? Could you let your clients know, if you want to go to produce days, we can pick you up and have a little route where you pick up a whole bunch of people and take them to produce days?
So with Silver Streak, we have 2 9-passenger buses. So definitely we want to do something like that. We will coordinate, or we'll try to coordinate with Resource Connection to do that. In addition to, with our Meals on Wheels clients, sometimes if we can just get the produce and the vegetables and then deliver them on the routes that we go to on a daily basis, that would work too. Our problem right now is the capacity in the vehicle, because some of our routes are much bigger, 21 to 35 in some areas, and then the distance too. So, but it would be great if we can have another, vehicle to follow that has that can just take the produce along with the Meals on Wheels driver, and then now we know who's getting these
that would be nice.
Yeah, but we need volunteers for that. So that's
right.
the key. We need a lot of volunteers for that type of expansion, which I would call it. And it could even be on the bus. If we can fill it up and then go make it its own route, then we could definitely try and do that. We're open. We're open to any kind of suggestions, anyways, so that we can get our get the services out to our seniors. And
absolutely. And I'm going to have Calaveras Grown call you guys, because I think that farmers market in San Andreas, it is a certified farmers market. So the seniors can come, and you get the first, I think, 100 people get a $5 wooden nickel. Well, it's a wooden $5 coin. You get that for free. If you're on EBT, which I think our Medi-Cal people are mostly on EBT, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You could, if you use your little card, you can get up to $20 matched. And then in addition, you can buy an $11 coin for $10, so you're getting 10% off automatically. So I think it'd be a great opportunity for the seniors, and I think Calaveras Grown should be coordinating with you to get them there.
Okay, we'll work on that, Susan.
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Well, you have to get in there, so I will just follow your lead. But
right.
we're open to any kind of suggestion that would get these fresh fruit and vegetables to our guys, our seniors.
Great idea.
Yeah. Well, I went quite a few times. Well, I was almost every farmer's market last year, and so for $11, I got $16 worth of vegetables.
That's great.
Or for $10, $10 because I bought the coin. I got the free 5. I'd get, you know, it was wonderful. So I encourage everybody to go to the
and we
farmer's
shop
market.
local, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, the stuff is fresh. The farmers are very invested in their products. We have people that are doing no-till farming, which I found very interesting. So the process is that you disturb as little soil as possible. But you can go to the farmer's market, both of you. You can talk to the vendors and see. I mean, it's fresh food. It's grown with a lot of care and a philosophy of trying to do sustainable farming and give the best food for that.
Perfect.
You know.
Great for our community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for the seniors, that would be great.
I think so.
Yeah.
So, all right. So give us your website address and your phone number one more time.
Okay, so it's Common Ground Senior Services, and the webpage is commongroundseniorservices.org. And phone number is 209-498-2246 for the San Andreas office, and then the one in Cedar Creek is 209-223-3015. But if you call either number, we can connect you to Cedar Creek, or the Cedar Creek office can connect you to the San Andreas office. But those are our two numbers. So. And thank you.
Technology.
Yes. Yes, that helps.
All right. Well, that's Common Ground Senior Services, and we have a newcomer. Do you have any questions for Elizabeth?
Not off the top. I just walked in, so I'm not off the top of my head.
Okay. Next, we're going to be talking to Amy Biaggi. She's with Comfort Keepers, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what they do.
Thank you so much. So I am the client coordinator for Comfort Keepers. We have our office in East Sonora, in the Indian Rock Center. We're Suite G, and I'm the coordinator for the Tuolumne County and Calaveras County. Sometimes we do go into Amador as well. We have been very busy, especially the last 2 years. What I do is when I receive the intake call, I call the prospect and we discuss meeting at the home. I can either do a home assessment or a phone assessment depending on their situation. And I create the care plan and tasks and put it in the computer. So then we get things started, and we have our scheduling department as well as our HR manager, and we have a pretty great team. So the services that we provide are mostly activities of daily living. So it could be personal care, showering, bathing, dressing, and then we also do the light housekeeping and errands, transportation, and laundry, all the things that need to get done to keep things going in the home. And we also do medication reminders. We are a non-medical agency, so we cannot provide the medication. We can't do injections and things like that, no wound care. So everything non-medical pretty much is what we do. Companion care is a biggie, especially right now. We need our seniors to be social, and we can take them to on drives. We have some of our caregivers have taken them out to Maloney's and done the wildflower drive, and we've done the library when it's opened. We're able to take them to the library, and their doctor's appointments, beauty salon, barbershop, things like that. We do have caregivers that like to do board games. So we do some. We have one that actually plays chess, and he brings his chessboard, and they do that. So there's some fun activities as well. We have wonderful caregivers that are background checked. It is the Department of Justice and FBI. They do have to clear both entities. And then we have orientation, and then they go out on their shifts. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what we do. And do you have any questions for me?
I do. What, do you have a minimum shift requirement, or can I get together for an hour or two, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the minimum shifts are mainly in mainly in Sonora. We do a lot of our 1 hour pop-in shifts. If we have a caregiver close to you, so if there is one in Calaveras County, we do require a caregiver to be close by to be able to do those 1 hour shifts.
Okay.
So we do provide those as well as up to 24 hours. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do bathing and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so we do, depending on their situation, the client's situation. Sometimes we just do sponge baths. If they're on hospice, we do our bedbound care and sponge baths at that time. Yeah.
Is the rate the same for a 1 hour shift as for a longer hour shift?
No, the rate does change. So we have our standard rate, which is 4 hours or more. And we have our minimum rate, which is 2 to 3 hours. And then we have our 1 hour pop-in rate. And they're all different, so definitely give us a call and we can go over those rates with you. I'm also emailing our packets to prospective clients, just because mainly the COVID season and what we've been dealing with. A lot of times it's just easier to email if they do have email. So,
Sure.
and then I will meet with them when we set that date.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Linda, any questions?
No, she answered everything I thought of.
All right.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So I guess I'm up next. I'm Susan Tomasich, and I'm with AssistCare Senior Communities. We provide residential housing for seniors in Amador County, and the seniors can range from fairly independent, high cognitive level to complete memory care. Depending on where your independence level lands will determine which of our communities you might want to reside in. So we have Gold Quartz Inn, which is a really pretty little old bed and breakfast, which is outfitted with antiques, and it's very elegant. It's got some nice wraparound porches. So people there are fairly cognizant. We just had 3 get proclamations from the Amador Board of Supervisors because they were 101, 101, and 102.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it was amazing. They had so much fun. It was great. And we hope to have even more 100-plus seniors with
Absolutely.
us. Gold Quartz, that's Gold Quartz Inn. Oak Manor is a ranch-style building. It's all on one floor. It's got also people that are higher cognitive level. It's right next to the senior center, so people at Oak Manor, if they feel like it, they can walk across the parking lot and they can go participate in the senior center activities. So we, of course, have a lot of activities that we offer in our AssistCare living places. And those are all scaled, so if you have residents that are more physically active, we can do more physically active things with us, like we've gone to Music in the Park, and that's always been nice, so you can take them out to Music in the Park, and we'll bring a picnic lunch, and the community actually has gotten very used to having us come, so they come and they help. They'll get chairs set up and get our residents situated, they help, yeah, so it is really nice. Amador Residential Care, we care for people with moderate to severe dementia. It has got a gate around it or a fence around it, so residents can come outside, they can sit on the porch and watch life go by, or they can actually walk around the entire building.
Wow.
So I like that. I like
Yeah,
the
me too.
freedom that it gives them to get out and not feel confined,
Absolutely.
yet they're safe. So that's Amador Residential Care. And then Jackson Gardens is our memory care. So that is what we call delayed egress. Some people call them locked buildings, but That is not correct, because if we locked those doors, that would be a safety hazard, so it's actually a delayed egress. If you push on the door long enough, you don't have to use the keypad. It'll release, because, for example, if you had an emergency and people got piled up against that door, you wouldn't want, let's say we had a couple people with dementia that couldn't know the keypad, right? And then people behind them couldn't get to the keypad, so it's a good thing. It's just a safety thing, which we found out all about because I have a support group, which is now meeting at Jackson Gardens in the bottom floor. We set that alarm off so many times because people would forget that they needed to do the code. You know, they go and they give it a good old shove and they vanish over. It was pretty funny. But by next meeting, we're all going to know that key code and that we have to do it before we open the door.
Susan, what is that support group that you have?
It's for people who are caring for loved ones with dementia.
Wonderful. And that happens at Jackson Gardens?
It happens at Jackson Gardens. We meet once a month, the second Monday of the month, from 4:30 to 6. Everybody's welcome. It was an interesting group because when we first started out, we had 3 couples that each had one spouse that had early onset Alzheimer's, it was really interesting. First of all, they were 3 couples that would not have come if they couldn't have brought their spouse. So I know some groups wouldn't have allowed that, but I just feel like the group needs to be whatever the group needs it to be. So I'm fine with that. At this point, we're down to 1 couple that come, and then everybody else is just caring for a spouse or a parent. But they just come by themselves. So the dynamic of the group is changing a little bit. But we really try to gear it. You know, we do some education, but if, like last Monday night, we had a whole bunch of new people and they just really needed to talk. So we just put the education portion aside and let everybody talk. So we try to make the meeting fit the needs of the people that are there. So I encourage anybody that is caring, and honestly, if it's not dementia, if it's Parkinson's, or if it's a developmental issue, I think that long-term caregivers face a lot of the same challenges, whether it's behavioral because a person is frustrated, or it's behavioral because the person has dementia and they have a hard time communicating. But it doesn't really matter what the cause of that behavior is. As a caregiver, you're still the one that's absorbing it, and you're still the one that needs to be able to go somewhere and just take a breath and talk about your emotions. So that's what we try to do there.
I like that.
Yeah. We also have Gold Court Senior Apartments. Those are for independent seniors. We have everybody over there drives right now. The nice thing about it is they have a pull cord in the bathroom, so if you fall in the bathroom, you can pull that. And 24/7, somebody from Gold Court's in right next door will come over and help.
Oh, that's great.
They also have the ability to wear a pendant if they want to. And again, you have at the push of a button, if you need help, you've got somebody to come. So it's a nice situation if you still want to live on your own, but you just want that added assurance that if something does happen, you've got help at a push of a button away.
That's wonderful.
It is. And we provide 1 meal a day over there. And if you want to, you can contract for 3 meals a day. You can contract for laundry service. You can contract to have your apartment cleaned. So pretty much whatever you want.
That's great.
As little or as much care as you want. Excuse me, my throat's getting a little dry, all this talking.
I know.
And lastly, we have our in-home care, and that is similar to Comfort Keepers. It's non-medical. We are not quite as flexible as you. We have a 2-hour shift for bathing, or the other regular shifts are 4 hours. So,
That's great.
excuse me, I'm going to wrap this up quickly before I continue to cough. If you want to get a hold of our in-home care coordinator, that is Fleta Herndon. She's 209-257-4281. And AssistCare, we've got 4 different numbers you can call. We have Oak Manor, 209-223-3273. Gold Quartz Inn, 209-267-9155. That's also the number for the senior apartments. Amador Residential Care is 209-223-4444, and Jackson Gardens 209-223-0411. So we've got you covered from your,
Great.
you know, you can stay in your home or you can gradually move as
Gradually
your
move.
needs change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I would love to take a tour.
All
I've
right.
talked about touring, so definitely want to come see all those places.
We'll set that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go, invite me and I'll come with you.
Oh, that would
All right.
Then we don't have to do 2 tours, just.
Right. That sounds great.
Linda can come too.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No,
All right.
presentation.
Well, thanks for joining us today on our little round table, and we'll see you next month.